Welcome Okay. Why did that not... Something is wrong. Hold, please. Why are you not desktop capture? Why is it not desktop capturing? Hold on. We are having technical difficulties. Properties. Find 0. There we go. Okay. Welcome everybody to Ferriphobe Campaign 2 Episode 12. My name is Sam Lander. I'll be your DGM and I have some players.
Good evening, my name is Zerdo playing Lumi the Druid.
I am Suda playing Risha, the rogue warlock, who's trying to convince Moma that she doesn't need any grandchildren.
Hello, I am Sadie playing Zari, the Storm Herald Barbarian.
I'm Deem. I am playing Leandrel. I am a Grave Cleric.
I'm Ashes. I play Ibrakeet, a divination wizard.
So last time the party, just after having finished off one demon in a restaurant, heard screams outside and decided, hey, maybe we should check out those. And following the path of people running in the opposite direction and also screaming, rounded a corner and spotted another demon that just had come out of a building that's lit on fire. Quick thoughts or quick action from the characters and help of some guards. Quickly dispatched that demon and then investigated the scene. The building having been cleared by the sounds of death and destruction. Finding another fragments of shards of crystal that probably was the source of the demon, just like the one in the restaurant. A short conversation with some guards about it later. The characters decided that they were done for the day and they really needed to get some sleep, being tired from the high fancy dinner, also fighting.
Food coma.
Food coma, indeed. So headed down and slept for the night, in some of them sleeping for the night in their houses, some of them sleeping for the night in the Blue Rock. The night passed without incident, and Risha wakes in the morning to find a letter from Amari, captain of the local guards, or the captain of the local guards, local to this section of town. Telling her that they had a lead on Caitlin, the druid.
Monk.
Haha. I know my own NPCs. Don't say that I don't. Yes, the monk of the Wooden Limes. And that is where we will pick up.
It's much too early for this, so I better take this to everybody else. Let them sort it out. Zari will get to see Amari. That'll make her happy.
Ooh.
You like making Zari happy. I guess I could put on clothes for that.
Right, and since Zari was sleeping in the Blue Rock as well, is easy to locate. What
Sorry, I've got a letter from your crush. Wake up.
Who is it from? Somebody I have to crush?
No, Amari,
Well,
Captain Amari.
I mean, there are different types of crushing, you know.
I'm well aware.
Okay. Let me. Uh, where are the others at?
I
I'm
don't know.
not
Go
going in
find
there
them.
alone this time.
I'm gonna go find my cloak. Take this.
Just your cloak?
I have my undergarments on still.
Just making sure. I remember that one time after we had that one cookout where you didn't, and you decided
You,
to go out in the morning for coffee.
you promised you would never speak of that.
Oh, I'm not speaking about it to anyone but you.
Mm-hmm. Just
Mm-hmm.
remember, I know where your jugular is.
Hmm.
Dang it, now I'm awake. I'll catch up with you. Go find the
Okay,
others.
off you pop.
Where does Zari find Iberkeet?
Uh, Zari finds Eberkeet.
We head to the guild in the morning to find out what all happened. So I'd be
Uh,
easy to find.
yeah. So Eberkeet is probably sitting down for a quick guild hall breakfast while uh they wait for the rest of us to show up. So
So, Zari, as you stumble out of your room and spot Iberkeet through the open door into the breakfast, the smell of bacon and scrambled eggs fills your nostrils. Um, Usually, breakfasts here are things like gravy, it's like sausage gravy, biscuits. But today, I don't know if it's a special day or what, but you can smell the distinct aroma of recently fried bacon.
I wonder where they got bacon this morning. Anyway, uh Everkeet, I glad to see you this morning.
One's alive?
Yes, we are all alive. Uh, yeah, so, well, you stayed behind and secured the restaurant. We went out and found another demon that was ransacking uh, was it I
It was a
believe it was
haberdasher.
like a watch shop or
No,
something?
a haberdasher.
Oh, a haberdasher. I swear there was a clock shop nearby. Anyway. So yeah, the others did some investigating. We came back here, and Risha just got this letter this morning. Um, Amari apparently has a lead for us on one of the lines. Uh, uh, Caitlin specifically. So just waiting for Risha to get back with the others, and we can head over there. So I'm not going alone this time.
so, so Lumi, where does Risha find you?
In the house I've been renting, one of the rock houses or I've been renting. She'll probably be pounding the door trying to get in or sneaking in, but regardless, we'll find Lumi in a state of meditation at the foot of the bed.
Psst, Lumi, you're sitting in a really weird position, and I'm not sure if I should bother you. But Zari's crush just sent her a letter, and you should come see her face.
Risha, take inspiration if you don't have it.
Lumi will cock an eyebrow at Risha's sound. Give me a minute. I'll be there.
Okay. Just thought you'd like to know. Can I stop whispering now? Your door was
Yeah.
locked, by the way.
Yes, Risha, you can stop whispering, and yes, it was locked.
Oh, okay. You should probably get a better lock.
Only you that I know of is capable of defeating those locks anyway, so
Oh. Aw. You do care.
And it's about the time that Lumi is done meditating anyway, so I'll just get up and straighten out my clothes and my hair and just start walking.
All right. A short stroll back to the Blue Rocks. You two find Leorindal with a bag over one shoulder and a chocopan, chocolate chocolate croissant. In the other hand, munching merrily on it, walking towards the Blue Rock guild.
Chocolate.
Oh, hey. I was gonna try and find you. Zari got a letter from her crush, and you should come see her face.
Oh, okay. Let's do that then.
I think it's an important letter for all of us, but I wasn't really paying attention to that part. Just the fact that it was from Amari, and I gave it to Zari.
There's always something going on.
Always something.
All right. arriving back at the guild hall, you guys, the three of you, walk into the smell of bacon frying, and it just, those of you who didn't wake up here, it hits you like a wave of delicious, unctuous, salty, lovely, smoky smell. Hit you like a wave of smell. I don't know. I'm the one talking. I don't know why. And it's not long until you find Zari and Iberkeet seated at one of the tables of the Blue Rock. Actually, do not the Grand Taberna. That one. Haha. Seated at one of the tables, munching on just like the thickest, crispiest slabs of bacon you guys have seen. These things are like 6 inches longer than bacon should be.
I will posture a question through the kitchen door. What's the occasion? As I pass.
Well, the cook, he is the cook for the guild. Middle-aged, maybe a little bit younger. Just he's got a really young face. Clean cut, like small nick scars up the exposed arms. The messiest smock is not the right term. Apron ever. Comes around the corner and says, the dire boar bacon is done curing. And I just had to try it out.
You won't hear me complain. Just curious.
He yells from the depths of the kitchen, I need a bigger pan. Sounds of cooking commence behind.
Go see Tolan. He might be able to help you.
Thanks. Oh, damn it. And you hear a as a pan gets deposited in a sink.
Lumi will go help himself to a big pile of breakfast.
All right.
Oh, hey, Zari. Munch, munch, munch. I heard we got a letter.
Yes. Amari has sent word that they have a lead. They have uncovered a lead on Caitlin from the Wooden Limes. The monk.
Sounds interesting enough. Just
Yeah.
need to get through this breakfast. Munch, 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 munch.
Okay. Yeah, we should do that because I'm not going alone this time.
Oh, come on. But alone is exactly what you want to be with Amari.
I mean, yes, but no.
Well, no,
But
but yes, but ease up, Risha.
I got woken up way too early for this. I can do that.
I'm just waiting for the arena to open up again.
Okay. So we eat, and then we head off.
All right. It's not a long jump. It's not a long jaunt over to the watch house. Boy, I had to say that really slowly for some reason. Haifa. Haha. Which is, I believe, 11 on the map. It's half an hour walk. A belly full of bacon and eggs makes the pleasant the morning, which is warm but not oppressively so, a pleasant walk. And upon arriving at the watch house, you see the normal bustle of guards coming and going, people who might have who might have business with the guards, talking with the desk sergeant. Upon seeing you walk up, the desk sergeant goes, "Oh, hey, thought you guys might be showing up. Amari's in the back." Looking over at Zari. "I think you know the way."
Yes. 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 And Zari continues into the back towards Amari's office.
All right.
Lumi will walk side by side with Zari, ready to step foot first into the the office, because I don't think there's a lot of mistaking the red cheeks of Zari.
Okay.
So, you walk in. Amari has their armor off and on the armor stand to the side, looking very fresh in this morning. Clean shaven, hair pulled back, and they look up and goes, welcome in. I see you got my letter.
Morning. What can we do for you?
You can help me track down a person that I can't personally go get, or I don't have the jurisdiction to go get. And when the last of you enters in, they motion for you to close the door behind.
Zari closes the door.
He says, pretty sure we have a good lead on Caitlin. Someone matching her description very closely, at least, was seen in the village of Iji. I'll put that in chat. Just to the east of here. Small place. So she kind of stood out a little bit. Since it's a relatively small village, the new person was noticed. He digs around a little bit and finds a map of the local or the area, and points downriver about a day's travel to it's marked as a farming / hunting village on the map. Don't know if she's still there, but best lead we have on any of the limes.
How long ago was this report given?
We got the report in last night, which is why I had a letter delivered this morning, because I didn't find out about it until I got into work.
So potentially she has a 2-day head start.
They nod.
Well, it's workable.
At the very least, they had some sort of safe house set up there, so she may be staying there for longer than a day or two.
Well, Zari, any objections to going on an operation for Amari?
No. Is there anyone we should contact when we get there?
I don't. There's no. We don't have any like city guard there. Partly why I can't go myself. The outskirt villages like Iji, they supply us with stuff, but they're not subject to us. And so we're lucky they let us know at all. Apparently the wanted posters had an effect at that level at least. So I can give you the how to find the place, and they jot down on a slip of paper, and hand it over to whoever's the closest to the desk. Probably
Zari.
Oh, Zari's close to the desk? Okay. Yeah.
May I do a sleight of hand check to brush fingers?
Sure.
Probably going to be terrible.
So you catch eyes with Amari, but their expression is such that you're unsure if that's just them looking at you or if that is acknowledging that they noticed your touch.
Ooh, I back up now.
So the piece of paper has some really simple, like, go to the center of town. It is a hut of this description that is 3 houses down on the south side of the village. Amari looks at you all and goes, if you leave now, you can probably get there before nightfall.
Okay, we shall go about doing that. Thank you for the prompt notice.
Slight smile crosses their face, and they go around. Sorry, give me a.
Oh no.
Give me a perception. No, give me a what's the intellect one?
Insight.
Insight.
Insight is wisdom, but investigation is intellect. But insight is the what are you thinking?
Give me an insight check. Everybody else give me perception, which I guess is insight, isn't it? No? I don't know.
Both perception and insight are wisdom based skills.
So Zari, give me insight. Everybody else give me perception.
Zari notices nothing.
Zari, you feel Amari brush past you, but you don't don't get anything else from that. Lumi with a 20 perception. You see Amari slip something into Zari's pack as they brush by, and then the door opens and you are being ushered out of the room.
I do not immediately share that. I noticed that.
Mhm.
That's for on the road. But go pack a traveling kit and just buzz off? Question mark.
Seems like the most prudent method to me.
Guys gonna gather up your wagon and take it with you, or just
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
so we can get that hooked up in an hour.
Yeah, it's not very hard. The Vuji you have been resting for the past week or so since you guys were out with them last, and so it's one of those things where they give you playful headbutts as you go to hook them up, one. I think you have. Was it one or two?
We have 2.
Yeah, one for riding
Two
and one for carting, right?
No,
two
we
for
have
two for cart and one for
cart,
riding.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
as you're going to hook up the 2 for carting, like giving you playful headbutts, headbutt of a horse-sized goat. So
I give playful headbutts back.
this stuns one of them slightly.
Said playful, not serious.
Yeah. You're still very large. And very hard-headed. All right. And yeah, it's easy enough. You guys are out of town within about an hour after meeting with Amari.
While Zari and them are doing bridling and readying of the Wuji, I'll be stopping by the guild hall to get some refills on my healer's kits, of which I have 3 around my belt at this point.
No problem. They have all of the necessary materials available for purchase at the front desk.
Need to up my 16 charges to 26 to make sure I have enough.
All right. Anybody
Risha's
else?
getting
Go ahead.
pretty low on arrows. She's gonna go try and, pilfer some.
Ah, okay. So there are plenty of shops in town where arrows exist. A 26. Does the shopkeeper notice? The shopkeeper does not appear to notice as you grab a bundle of 20 arrows from a display just beside the exterior of the store.
Does Risha not attempt to reuse her arrows?
You can't reuse
Nope.
all of them.
She doesn't miss.
Especially not ones that go into demons.
All right, you find
can make
yourself
your
a
own
sheaf
arrows.
of 20 longbow arrows or shortbow arrows.
That should do.
I wasn't
should
aware
do
that
nicely.
arrows changed based off of a long or a short bow.
I mean, technically yes, but in game terms, no.
I learned something.
All right.
So when Risha gets back, Zari's like, Risha, have you ever, since we've been fighting demons recently, have you ever thought of maybe dipping your arrows in holy water before you shoot them?
You think I would touch holy water?
Okay, fair. Just an idea.
About 3 hours out, Lumi will nudge Zari and whisper in her ear, "Hey, check your pack."
What did Risha put in there? And Zari goes digging through the pack.
You dig around for a little bit and find something that you do not recognize. It is a small brass medallion. On one side of it is a hold on a second. My brain had a plan for this, and then the plan now escapes me. On one side of it is in a very elaborately engraved heart, and on the other side of it is the holy symbol for probably it would be Samsi. So
Okay. For those uninitiated in the lore, who is Samsi?
Samsi is the goddess. She is the carnelian. Is the month / gemstone. She is the goddess of order and the forge. You give me a history check.
History or religion?
Religion would also work.
Okay, well, it's the same for either, so I will go that. 10.
10 is probably good enough. You're pretty sure that is the goddess that Amari most closely aligns with.
When did this get put in here?
When Amari was shuffling us out of her office. Their office.
Wait, Amari gave this to me?
So this is, it has a hole in the top of it that could be put through like a necklace or cord. And it is of, as dwarves put it is of the finest construction.
What would I do if I wanted to do a feint check? To see if I
Constitution.
Can it be a disadvantage?
Yes, you can have it at disadvantage.
Darn my good constitution.
Okay, so Lumi, you notice like there's definitely a few moments of Zari going a bright crimson red in the cheeks and ear tips, and a couple of deep breaths, but no passing out.
Darn my high constitution.
We could help with that.
I mean, she would. They wouldn't give away. I mean, uh, they're always very practical. Like, so this has to do something. Uh, Eberkeet, can you tell what this does?
What would that be?
Identify.
Yeah, you could
Oh,
do.
yeah, I can cast Identify. As a ritual, yeah, we can do that.
Okay, yeah, identify as a ritual or a Arcana check.
I'll take the 11 minutes to get every bit of information I can out of this.
Sure, absolutely.
Identify.
All right, so this is a masterwork holy symbol with the. I don't know how this would it is a, what is the proper term? If somebody wants to find this, it is magically anchored to be easy to find. Like, I want to say locate object, but in the reverse of. Is there a spell for that?
I don't think so.
But anyway, so it has a spell cast into it so that it is trackable. It is also a masterwork holy symbol of Samsi.
So let's see. So,
I think the closest game mechanics effect is it could be used as an anchor for scrying.
Yeah. It is magically distinct and unique. So if somebody's looking for this object, they can pick it out. It is made to be distinct from any other masterwork brass holy symbol of Samsi.
oh,
Oh look, they care about you.
yes, very much. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have. Well, I guess some string will have to do for now. I'll have to get something more proper later. So I will tie a string to it, and I will tie a string to it. Uh, Put it on, and slide it under my my bandages, so it doesn't. So it is not lost.
Right, so it doesn't bounce around.
Yeah.
When it is close to your, like, when it is against your skin, close to your heart, it feels slightly warm.
Ew.
The day passes on. I need to do something quickly. So the day passes towards the evening, and you guys, it's just getting dark as you're rolling into what, by description of Amari, is the village of Iji. That. Could I get a? Oopsie, that's the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys arrive in town. It's evening. There's definitely people coming in from the fields. There's a like common hall. I don't want to give it the benefit of calling it a bar, but there's definitely a common room that, as the farmers are coming in, they're getting beers and gathering up, chatting about their day, sort of stuff. All right. What you guys doing?
I'm doing the showing up at the new place, looking across the crowd for suspicious behavior.
Insight check. Nothing strikes you as suspicious. There's a kind of oppressive people at the bar, hanging around, chatting amiably, but nothing strikes you as out of the ordinary for this sort of place. And everybody give me a investigation roll, please. All right, so nothing jumps out at any of you. It's about what you expect for like looking at. You can see the number, like you could count the number of buildings from sitting on the back of a Vuji or sitting on top of the cart, just because they're all like single story buildings, with the exception of the common area. There's maybe 50 or 75 buildings in total. The river runs just to the south of Iji, and surrounding this place are farm fields.
Well, no suspicious-ish behavior and nothing reasonably popping to mind. Finding a room was priority number one next.
Okay. You head into the bar, and catch the attention of the barkeep. The barkeep is a portly woman, maybe in her 50s. She's about 5'6". Got a lot of weight around her mid, and she is missing all but the ring finger and thumb on her left hand. But she's like, it's not slowing her down much. It looks like there's only one tap, and everybody's getting a clay mug, and it smells like a small beer. And as you walk up, she goes, "Oh, hey, stranger. What can I do for you?"
Room, either single large or plural smalls.
She goes, "Well, I don't have any rooms to rent, but copper piece will get you a place on the floor that's safe."
Hold,
Challenge
please.
someone to a fight for their room.
No, Leo and Dahl, we're not.
You think I'll lose?
No, but it's not nice. Everyone cool with just huddling in a corner somewhere? Or whichever spot she says is safe?
We've slept on worse. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'll turn back to the barkeep and say, copper a piece or
Yep.
copper in total?
No, copper apiece. It'll be a few hours before it winds down, though. So I wouldn't suggest trying to sleep right now. And like, this is obviously some sort of in joke in the bar, and like 20 people start chuckling, laughing.
Yeah, right. Lumi will drop 6 copper on the.
You
On the
didn't do an
counter.
insight check on them.
You want to do an insight check? You said.
I'm saying Lumi didn't do an insight check on them.
Yeah. She takes the 6 copper, and you find yourself in possession of 6 clay mugs. And they are full of a small beer, a weak, I don't know what the proper, it's a lager probably.
Pilsner?
Possibly. It's basically a weak wheat or weak barley beer. Sorry, not wheat beer. It's a weak barley beer with a little bit of hops, but not a lot of hops.
Yeah. Lumi will figure out a table situation for them. At least try to.
Yeah, tables aren't terribly hard to come by. A lot of people are hanging out, like leaning on a wall, chatting with each other. Some people have found tables and are eating probably food they've brought in themselves. You're not 100% sure because you don't see any table service here. But people basically winding down from their day of hard work.
Lumi will give it another half hour, and let people filter in more, and then do another sweep looking for very suspicious looks and behavior towards the new guys.
All right. That would be investigation. Anybody who is watching the crowd.
Almost tempted to go into dragon form, or form dragon, because that at least lets me have a floor on the rolls.
A 19 from Zari. Ooh.
Hey, Dad. I don't know why that rolled twice.
I was gonna say, if you had something that caused it to roll twice, that's great.
Oh, it just rolled twice
Yeah.
when I clicked it.
Okay. So Eberkeet, the thing that you notice about the crowd is that you guys seem to have about a 6 foot, about a 2 meter like radius around where you guys are hanging out, where people are not consciously avoiding you, but you are definitely the outside. Like nobody's coming over and like joining you in conversation. They're giving you space. And this is a little bit interesting because Rishi got a 19 as well. Because like at this point the place has filled up and is overflowing out into the street outside. And people will like walk up to the bar, get a beer, and then just find kind of a place somewhere. And about an hour after dark, the edges of the crowd are starting to filter away. The city is fairly poorly lit. Pretty much the lights in this common house are the only real lights that you guys are seeing at this point. Zari and Risha with a 19. You guys know for certain that you are the only people in this bar that are not known by everybody in this bar, if that makes sense. Like you also notice the like distance around you sort of stuff, but like everybody else, like the groups will form, will chat for a little while and disperse and kind of spread out. And there are some cliques of people who definitely spend like the entire hour or two chatting with just a small group of friends, but for the most part, like, this is a very communal experience with the exception of you guys. You are distinctly, uniquely outsiders that nobody else here seems to be.
During some of this time, I'd probably be fishing for the other guy's opinion of guard duty and so forth. If you're gonna trust them or do our own guard duties.
Trust no one.
You said this was a hunting town, right?
Hunting, farming, fishing, food comes from here and supplies both the immediate area and also Haifa.
Okay. Are there any bar games?
There likely would be. This place is really crowded. So there is likely a arm wrestling bench that nobody is currently at, but is off to the side. Like,
Okay, so there's arm wrestling. Can there be like a hand axe throwing, like darts, but hand axes?
if you want there to be, I'll take an inspiration from you for it.
I will take an inspiration.
All right.
Or use an inspiration.
So yes,
For there to be a hand axe station.
There is a hand axe station. It is currently populated by people between the throw line and the axe and the target, but absolutely there is, and there are 3 small hand axes in the wall around the target, and it doesn't look like people are actually very good at hitting the target.
Hey, Loriandal, you wanna throw some axes?
Sure.
Okay, we head over and to the axe throwing station, and Zara begins to pull the axes out of the wall.
There's definitely a like as the axe which is in the wall pretty good is pop free, and there is a moment with the sound that the conversation immediately around you stops. People look at you and look at how big you are, and then they look at the Orandal and look at, armored, fully armored, and like, ooh, and start backing out to give space. Somebody from the back of the room says, "I got 3 copper on the small one." All right. The floor is free, but just like there's just enough room to throw down from the line,
The galley lane.
Yeah. But there are people on both sides of it, and there's probably somebody within 2 feet of the edge of the target.
Okay, so
What you're saying is don't miss.
Or do. That's always fun too.
okay.
So would be hand axe if you got it, attack roll. If you don't got it, I think both of you should be proficient. So it'd be
Yes.
a d20 plus
It is.
proficiency plus strength.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, here goes Zari.
All right. So a 13 thunk about 2 inches in from the edge of the target. Worth a couple points.
Okay. Warming up,
Okay.
Lorindal.
I do not have hand axe, so d20 plus proficiency plus
Plus-
strength.
Plus
Yes,
strength. Yep.
correct.
A strength check plus 2 at our level.
Yep.
So that would be that wasn't a check. I apologize.
Strength check. So that was so it's 2 higher than that, so it's 19.
No, I think the save actually
Strength save
incorporates.
Yeah, incorporates the strength modifier, but it should be the same. It's not a proficient save, so
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so it would be a 19.
yeah, it'd be 19. So within an inch of the bullseye, giving Liorndal significantly more points than Zari. And somebody from the back streams says, "Yeah, the one on armor's got it."
Your deity is with you tonight, and Zari will chuck another one.
Straight into the bullseye. And somebody from the back crowd goes, "Oh man, she's got the
Might
lead
be more
now."
often with me.
Just had to warm up.
It seems you're having some awfully good luck yourself tonight.
Oh.
Two throws left for Liorndal and 1 throw left for. Okay.
Ooh.
With a 7, the person who is on the right side like swings their mug up to cheer on the spectacle, and in a shatter of clay, it is obliterated. Hold on, I need name generators. Doggone it. Random. And the gal behind the bar says, "Cylin, you owe me 2 copper for that mug." And he's
Even if
like,
that's a 9, that's still miserable.
yeah, it just covered in beer. And he's mumbling, like grumbling to himself and walking, like forcing his way back to the bar. All right. Zari's final throw.
Okay. So Zari gives it a quick kiss before the throw, and go.
19. Yeah, so on the other side of the bullseye, same distance that Liorndal's initial throw with a thunk. And Liorndal, you're gonna need to get a 25 or more bullseye to 24. You're gonna need a natural 20 in order to win this.
The weight on these axes is just so off, you know? Like, they're very lopsided. They don't fly very well.
Excuses.
A properly weighted weapon is imperative for throwing. This is why normally I use my own.
Uh-huh. Get on with it. With a 15, it is thunk into just above the outer bullseye circle, and with a cheer and some groans and some coppers changing hands, it is obvious that Zari has won the match.
Huzzah!
Shall we go again?
Maybe later. Let's let it calm down a bit.
All right.
As Leorendel's axe hits that final target, I'm gonna throw a dagger at it too.
So, Risha's dagger from across the room, next to some, pardon me, skinning very close to several people, lands into the wood of the hand axe just below the head of it, and is now sticking out of the back of the hand axe. And there's some appreciative cheers from in the crowd, except for the people who heard the thing going past their head.
If you're going to give a show, do it with some flair.
Some
Show
finesse.
off.
And you guys are now supplied with free beers for the remainder of the night. And somebody even manages to get a couple of ham steaks onto the table that you guys are sitting at. And
Yum.
like people now starting to like talk with you, ask you how it's going, say great show. I won 5 copper off of Seothran over there, and yeah, generally you're much more integrated into the crowd.
Yes. Are you not entertained?
If you feel like this
Yes.
is the most entertainment these people have seen in weeks.
Just a slight rewind. I think Lumi will actually shout out at when the barkeep was trying to charge someone for the cup. Lumi will just yell back, "It's on me!" and fling 2 coppers at her.
All right, she definitely catches them in her right hand, and then makes them disappear below the counter. An hour or so later, the bar is starting to clear out. There are still a few people hanging around. You think these are the people who are trying to somehow get drunk off of small beer, which is more a test of bladder fortitude than actual fortitude. And the bar is mostly cleared out, and the gal behind the bar is like washing out clay mugs, organizing them behind the bar, positioning a new cask under the bar.
As the evening is winding down, Lumi will take a small trip outside, summon an owl, and send that owl on the lookout for Caitlin.
Okay. Give me a perception check for the owl.
Okay, and Zari's going to be like, okay, I did that so we would be ingratiated with the community. Did you ask them anything about Caitlin?
I'm looking up stats.
Right.
Just a moom.
You The barkeep, now that she has like some time, kind of looks over at you guys and then comes over with another round of this time wooden mugs and one for each of you, despite the fact that Lumi is no longer at the table. And it's obvious that and one for herself, and she finds a seat next to you. And from the smell of this is not beer. All right. 22, 20. I'm confused.
I'm rolling 2d20, keeping the best and adding a +3.
Ah,
So a
fancy.
7.
7. All right. With a 7, we'll roll back around to that and
That is 2 minutes. Lumi goes out, gets I'll send it off, comes back in,
right.
and I'll go spend 2 hours looking.
Right. So Gal comes over to the bar with, you're not 100% sure how she manages to get this many mugs in a like in her hands, considering one of them has been severely mangled. She comes down, sits down, like swings a chair around, sits down on the table with you, spreads the mugs around, takes a hearty gulp out of hers, and goes, "Quite a show with the axes. I think it's been a month since anybody decided to use those. What brings you to town?"
We are looking for a friend of ours from Haifa. Maybe a couple friends if they all came this way.
People pass through. Most of them take one look at this place and decide camping is, like, I don't know, more fun.
It's not a bad little town.
If you like small beer and watercress, it's great. And she sips her drink.
Very homey atmosphere. So yeah, did we ever get a description for Caitlin?
So you guys have seen her around. You would have a description of her.
Okay.
She is the monk, so she is red-haired, like usually kept back in a long queue behind her head. She's on the shorter side, maybe 5'3", 5'4", very reedy body type. Obvious strength, but not like bulky muscle strength. And she tends to wear like the same sort of things that Cryor wears, like simple loose-fitting clothing. Probably has a staff and maybe a monk weapon or two on her. Very hard-worn hands and feet.
Yeah, so I give her that description. She's with we heard she was with 5 of her friends. And you know, just wanted to see if anybody's seen them around. I mean, you're all a close knit community here.
She goes, man, doesn't sound familiar. Hey, Sillin. And the guy who is still smelling of beer from his broken mug is like stops drinking and comes over, and she goes, anybody seen? And she gives kind of a telephone version of the description that you gave her. He kind of thinks for a moment and goes, maybe? A couple of new folks in town a couple days ago, but maybe?
Where did these new folks mosey on, or do you think they're still here, or did they go out and into the into the outskirts.
You know, I don't rightly know. I vaguely remember somebody coming into town. Maybe fits that description with a friend or two, and but they never stopped at the bar and didn't do any axe throwing. He kind of scratches his chin. Blacksmith might know more. He's in town most of the day, so he'd be the one that might have seen something. But I think he left for Haifa yesterday, maybe day before. Should be back in a day or two. Usually he's getting stuff for his shop, metal and whatever.
Yep. Well, I
Does
guess
he
we
have
can...
any apprentices that might have seen him?
Got a son. I think he's like 13. Spends most of his time in the smith though. Might have gone with him. Might still be here. I don't know.
Okay, well, thanks for the information. We'll I guess we'll try to look around tomorrow, and see if we can find our friend.
He nods. Well, if you guys are gonna be in town for a couple days, wouldn't mind having a throw against you myself tomorrow. But I should probably go home. Hey, what's my tab? Mizgo. She goes. She kind of waves him off, and he heads out back to empty his bladder. And she kind of looks back at you and takes another drink of her mug and goes. I guess she doesn't say anything. She just kind of smiles at you and yeah, okay. For those of you drinking what is in the thing, this is a very strong aged, probably whiskey is the closest run. It's a, I guess what is it when you make hard liquor out of a barley?
Bourbon?
No, bourbon's corn, isn't it?
No,
It's definitely somebody took
you can call it shine.
Yeah, it's somebody took the mash for making small beer and then distilled it and then aged it in a barrel.
Malt?
Malt is what you do to the barley to make so you can make it
Malt
into beer.
drink, malt liquor, malt whiskey.
Liquor. Yeah, it'd be a malt liquor.
All hail Wikipedia and their list of barley-based drinks.
So it is a much, like, we're talking 90 proof aged liquor.
Yeah, like a malt whiskey or a malt liquor.
Yep. I ask, this is really good. Is your brewer local?
My brewer's me, and she thumps the thumb on her left hand, and says, nobody appreciates anything but the small beer because apparently this stuff's too expensive for farmers. She says disdainfully.
Good thing adventurers have disposable income.
I thought so. You guys seem like you're probably from the Blue Rock. We get a few of you every once in a while. No, most of them don't stop here though. Off hither and yon doing something.
Well, most of the action is going westwards anyway, but we're on a different kind of mission this time.
She nods. Well, enjoy your liquor. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry I don't have any rooms. But
much do we owe you for the things tonight?
Well, it was a copper a room, and everybody else paid for your drinks, so I think you're good.
I'll extend a hand and I'll roll sleight of hand check to see if I can hide 2 silvers in it.
Okay. So tink tink, 2 silvers fall to the hard earth pact as she doesn't really realize what you're doing, and then she leans down, picks him up, goes, well, maybe I do have a room for you.
Can I get a slice of lemon or whatever passes for lemon and a glass of water?
Sure, dear. And there's a chink as she pats you on the shoulder. Goes, rooms below the bar, trap door over there, and she points. As long as you don't mind the smell of brew, it should be more comfortable than the common room. And it's not very long until you have a slice of melon in a glass of water. Liorndal.
I moved the melon to the whiskey and dip my finger in the water and let 2 drops of water fall into the whiskey.
Nice. I have to remember that. You kind of hear a mumble, and then she obviously closes up shop and heads back into the like behind the bar space. Like there's a door in the back of the room, and then there is the trap door she pointed out.
I might buy a barrel. I might buy a small cask of that liquor. It's really good. So,
Right.
Risha, do you think you could maybe ingratiate yourself with the urchins around town, see if they've seen anything while we go investigate the blacksmith? It's
I'd be
just a
more
thought.
than happy to dig around, but I'm gonna need something to deal with the smell first.
Smell of liquor?
No, the
Oh,
urchins.
oh.
They they look like they probably smell worse than my fence.
Strangely enough, actually, coming to think of it, you don't think you've seen you saw some like children running around when there was a crowd here, but there's not now. It is 3 hours past dark.
Okay. Well, I say for now we wait for morning for our more investigations, unless you want to do the nighttime excursions, Risha.
I would be more than happy to. The sunlight hurts my eyes after all.
No. Just don't steal anything that would get us in trouble.
Like anybody here has anything of value.
All right.
They have each other.
Lumi, your owl lands back on the roof. You can sense that it is within psychic distance of you now.
At which point Lumi will kind of just blankly look at the out in the air for a couple of seconds, trying to talk to it to figure out what, if anything, it saw.
So it mostly saw like it mostly saw hold on a second. I gotta send a message to my parents.
Hold, please.
Okay. So what it saw was people returning to houses after having gathered up at the bar, and you would see like some of the houses get lit up by lamps or lanterns or torches or candles for a little while, and then the light would go out shortly after that, and the house would go still. The house that you guys were directed at, that you specifically had your owl check out, the owl never saw anybody coming or going from it, and that's pretty much all you learn. With a 7, yeah, it's pretty much all you've learned. All the owl learned. Got distracted by a mouse at one point. Ate a mouse. It tastes in your mouth as you're talking to it. Very weird.
Yeah, I'll thank it for its service through my head and just blink thrice at and in the bar and like, sorry, what were we talking about?
Everybody's silent. All right. You guys gonna do anything else for the evening before tucking into the beds?
Don't. Zari has nothing planned.
Okay.
Just a bit of brief reconnaissance.
Okay.
Also have tempted to send out another spirit before I go to bed, but I won't be awake to get the report.
Right. All right. So Risha, like you guys, she Batman's. So you guys are talking, making plans, and then you look over and Risha is gone. Probably somebody might have noticed her disappearing out of the room, but it's definitely look one way, she's there, look the other way, she's not there anymore. And then Risha, give me investigation, please. 21. You are a city girl. You probably haven't spent a whole lot of time in villages and stuff around the outskirts of Haifa. One of the things that probably frustrates you at this point is nobody seems to have stayed up. Like you would even at this time of night, you would expect to see like urchins hanging out in alleyways and maybe some rough and tumble folk every few streets over, but you realize that you have covered the town in like maybe a half an hour, and you're covering streets that you had already crossed through, and by this time of night, like the streets are empty. There's dogs and cats out sleeping on doorsteps and wandering around a little bit, but the place is quiet. There's like crickets chirping, and it's just dead. Like it's very much 10 p.m. has come and everybody's in their house.
That's boring. Like, at this point, even stealing from them wouldn't be fun, even if they had valuables.
Do you go and check out the address of the place that you were given?
Affirmative.
All right.
Mostly out of just sheer frustration.
So the place is probably a 2-room hut. Given the smells coming from a small building down the street a little bit, there's no sort of indoor anything in the house. The shutters across the windows are closed, and it is obvious that the front door is locked. Like, sneak up to a handle, barely touch the handle doesn't move.
Anyone's there playing very, very low.
Head
I'm
in.
gonna check around back.
Okay. You head around. There is one door to this place and 3 windows. All the windows are shut and barred, and the one door is closed and locked. Chimney on the roof, but it's a thatch. Like it's a clay and stone chimney coming up through a thatched roof.
And I may be skinny, but I'm not that skinny.
Oh yeah, it's like even like 5-year-old Risha would have trouble going down that chimney.
Well, let's see if I can get through that door without waking the denizens.
Give me a tool lockpick check, please. Tool use
Should have these tools. I don't know how to run check on it.
Dex plus proficiency
Yeah, Dex-
mostly.
Dex plus proficiency modifier.
Oh,
20.
Five is +7, same as your stealth check, I think.
Yep,
No.
that just makes
No,
it
that's
easy.
got an extra 1d4 on it.
Oh,
Oh.
that's right.
Also, I think she's got expertise in stealth.
Oh,
I do.
same as sleight of hand then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same as sleight of hand then. There you go.
Sleight of hand is dex as well.
Yep. Oh, that's a natural 20. So, this is a fine lock. This is the first thing you discover as you're going to unlock it. The second thing you discover is that it is well oiled and well maintained. And silently you move your picks around and the lock clicks ever so slightly open. And if you're going to go in by yourself, I'm going to ask you to come into the side channel then.
Ooh.
All right, front doors unlocked.
Very, very slowly peek in and thank the gods that I have night vision, dark vision.
All right. So, peeking into this room, the first thing that you get as the door opens up is the smell of blood. It is deep and strong and fresh. Not fresh is not the right word. But it lies heavy in the air, and there's just this whiff of it that you get as the door opens up.
Oh.
Gonna press on?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Intriguing.
So, as you open the door ever so slightly and get a chance to actually look in the room, you see the figure of a person stretched out on the floor. Like this place is small, so as they are like hands and feet splayed out on the floor, their arms and legs are almost long enough to touch the walls. Their head is missing, and floating above the corpse, because it's definitely not alive, is a glowing gemstone, and I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. And also a notice roll.
And
Dexterity save. All right, that's good enough. Notice roll. So, with the dexterity save, you stop yourself before pushing the door open far enough to trigger the... So you can see just the edge of this corpse in the room. and you stop yourself before you trigger the trap that is attached to the door that would pull, you're thinking would pull this gemstone off of the place that it is floating above the corpse. And with a 15 perception, you can hear the sound of strained, pained breathing from somewhere deeper in this room. And the just every once in a while you hear a like wet drip sound.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, everybody else is going to want to hear about this. I really don't feel like getting blown up or incinerated. And I don't think I could take a demon alone.
Back to the bar then?
Affirmative. Post haste.
All right, post haste.
Double
So you guys are sitting like getting ready to head down below, and suddenly sitting beside you is a vibrating Risha, like very disturbed looking.
Ugh. Where'd you come from?
The darkness. We've got problems.
Are
Please
they
elaborate.
Are they deal with it now problems?
They are a very much deal with it now before wildlife triggers a demon summoning trap that I nearly triggered.
Oh boy.
Hit it with a hammer.
Okay, Risha, show the way. Lead
Well,
on.
first explain what you found, so we know what we're going into.
Brief explanation.
Yes.
She will provide a brief explanation.
So the brief explanation that Risha gives is that she went to the place that you guys were given, and she unlocked the front door and started opening the front door, and saw, well, smelled more than anything, the smell of a dead body. Very, very blood. Much blood, very yuck. And if the door is opened too far, we'll yank a crystal that's floating above the body off of the body. Glowy, that sort of thing.
And knowing our run of luck with, crystals and traps and things coming out of crystals and traps and cultists and traps.
Is the crack in the door big enough to get a bird through?
Most likely. I got my whole head through it.
Not quite
Doesn't
your whole
someone
head,
have-
but enough to see. So yes.
Doesn't someone have mage hand?
No. I used to, but I don't anymore. But I do have Unseen Servant.
I
Okay,
do
that
not.
works.
I've got bird. I can summon another bird.
And, I have an owl.
Yep. This
I
is true.
have gust
Okay,
of
let's go.
wind.
Let's
Or
go
a rat,
deal with
or a
this.
cat, or a whatever.
All right.
Weasel.
So gathering up your friends, you work your way back to the house that you were given. Much like the description that Risha has, it is a small 1 or 2 room building, thatched roof, 3 windows, a front door. The front door, Risha, you managed to remember to close it rather than, just letting it swing open to where something could smell the blood and get into it. Yeah, you guys find yourself outside the door.
See, look, first of all, the lock, way too nice for a thatched roofed cottage. Look at this pristine model. Look how easily these picks go in. Like, it's a work of art.
Well, Amari said they might have a safe house here, so you would expect adventurers to splurge on something like that if they're going to be away for a long time. Okay, so let's deal with that. Let's deal with that crystal.
The nicest lock can still fall prey to a hammer.
All right, so
He's-
Risha, very low
Lots of
DC,
people.
but give me a dexterity check to open the door just far enough for a bird or hand or something to get into it.
Oh no.
Do you have inspiration?
I do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have something. No, I don't. That's right. I rolled low on my portents.
Okay.
That was almost terrible.
You literally a
That's
DC
awesome.
5. All right. So you crack open the door and there's a moment of like, and you just open the, oh no, and you just stop it barely in time. You can see the like cord pulling on the glowing gem that's floating in the middle of the room.
There. It's about as far as we can get it open. Is it wrong of me to want to cut this lock out of the door so I can take it home?
No and yes.
All right, who's doing what?
Is this one of those traps where the knot is being undone by the opening of the door, or is the opening of the door just releasing a pin somewhere?
So the gem appears to be floating independently of the string that is attached to it. The string that is attached to it looks like it is going towards the door, and as the door was opened, it started moving towards the door.
The string got taut as the door opened.
Yep.
Because Lumia has two ideas. One is sending a bird in there to try and grab hold of the gem. The other is something with grabby hands like a weasel or a monkey or something of that sort to grab the string
Right.
and keep it in
Okay.
place.
We can
Okay,
blow it
so
away.
You can send something in there to hold the gem in place. I can send my owl in to peck at the string until it breaks.
I mean, we could cut the string, or could we use Unseen Servant to just grab the gem, and bring it to us?
I can't get Unseen Servant in there. It's medium. It's the same size category we are.
Yeah, but you can
Oh,
cast it. Like you can see into the room at this point.
Oh,
so you can cast it in the
the
door.
room.
It'll be in the
Ooh.
room.
it's not. Oh yeah, it has a range of 60 feet. Look at that.
So
I
unseen.
don't even have to see. It's just unoccupied space on the ground within range.
Oh well,
And I
then
can do that as a ritual if you're all willing to wait 11 minutes.
Well, just keep any stray cats from going inside.
10 minutes and 6 seconds.
It was better than my idea of Misty stepping in there, so hey.
So it's not long. Like you guys hear the arcane chants of Ibrikit reading out of her spell book, and you guys, like, this place is dead. Like the entire town is silent. And a unseen servant appears in the room, available for your command. Does it have legs?
It's
Mm,
an invisible, mindless, shapeless, medium force.
Okay,
So
so
it's shapeless.
so it doesn't have. It's not like it has feet or something. It just kind of is there. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
But
is.
it can perform simple tasks that a human servant can do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, lighting fire, serving food, and pouring wine. So I assume it can untie a knot.
Yep.
Or it can fetch a gem
It can
and
untie it.
bring it
Well,
to us.
the issue is we want the gem to not move.
Well, we don't know. Well,
It can untie a knot for certain.
So on
Yep.
each of my turns as a bonus action, I can command the servant. So
All right.
yeah, I have it untied string.
There's no
Oh,
check
that
for
doesn't even
that.
take concentration. It just lasts for an hour.
The string is untied, and the unseen servant floats next to the string, or basically is holding the end of the string that is now no longer attached to the gem, and the gem just floats there uncontained over the dead body.
Maybe get it to grab the gem this time around, so that if we open the door, there's not just a secondary magical thing that drops the gem.
Yeah, I mean, I can have it hold the gem in place.
It holds the gem in place. The gem is held. Looks really familiar.
I bet.
Especially to Lumi, that has a similar gem in his pack.
Uh-huh. Same glow, same everything.
okay.
A little
So
bit bigger,
with that,
maybe.
So with that, we now gently open the front door fully.
All right, so the door swinging open, you guys hear a twang sound, and you see the cord like jump towards the door with rapidity, but it flops kind of against the door harmlessly. And the door is open. Upon opening the door, those of you who have dark vision, those of you who don't have dark vision, there's a form on the door. This place smells of old and new blood. And there's a glowing gem that's not really giving enough light to really do much seeing, other than that there is a form on the floor. Those of you with dark vision, there is a headless corpse on the floor. This person has real thick, like, forearms, heavily calloused, like their arms and legs are splayed out. I forget what the proper term is, but basically splayed out to maximum reach. It is missing its head, and blood is pooled all around. And in the back of the room, you see another form. This person is tied, like, arms tied to the ceiling, feet spread out and tied to the wall. So they're obviously, like, their weight isn't on their legs because their legs aren't touching the ground at the right angle. So they're obviously, like, being held up by their arms being pulled back up against the wall. Head down. They are shirtless, and just hundreds of small cuts, most of them scabbed over, but every once in a while a trail of blood from their hanging head, there's a trail of blood from their forehead that's dripping off their chin. You hear a plop sound as it falls. Spread eagle. Thank you, Risha.
To just ease the spread of information as the door opens, Lumi would just cast Produce Flame.
All right.
And just hold a torchlight in his hands.
All right. So this room is now lit. And you see scrawled in blood across the back wall of the room, across this person's chest, like, but the blood isn't scrawled across the person's chest. This person's chest has been cut to create the letters. Just like so, written in blood to the left side, characters written in cuts across the chest, and then written in blood up or along the right side. And it says, "Leave the righteous ascendant alone." I'd
Sorry,
like
just go.
everybody to make a perception check. Leopard, you got advantage on this one.
Okay, I don't know why, but let's see, perception.
Okay. Um.
Zari is just going. Why do they always take the head?
So Zari's distracted by the corpse on the floor.
Yes.
So the person who is spread eagled against the back wall, stripped to their trousers, has rich mahogany skin, about 5'8" in if they were standing, broad shoulders and stout of body. They have a the cut in their hair is from the side of their head that is shot the side shave along with the dark reddish brown dreadlocks, and you can't see the petite goatee, but Lumi and Liorendal, you guys both recognize this as Captain Amari.
This seems problematic.
Hold up. So the what?
The Captain Amari is hanging and look like they have been for more than a day, probably, considering they haven't even responded at all to the sound. Hanging spread eagle on the back wall of this room with blood scrawled across the wall behind them and deep incisions in their chest making up letters.
I'm gonna do a. I'm torn between just doing a medicine check to see if they're dead or just using a healer's kit charge to try and revive them if they're not.
Are they on
They're
hand?
breathing. It's heavy, ragged, pained breaths.
Spare the dying immediately from range.
They are not dying. They were not dying before that.
Plus number of hit dice.
All right.
Not sure how many hit dice Captain Amari has.
So with I'm assuming you cut him down.
Yeah,
Okay.
get him down,
So
pouches out, and tending.
Zari, you see as Lumi goes into the room and starts treating cutting Amari down, you then recognize who this is. Everybody else is like, hey, that person looks familiar. Yeah, and Lumi, you are able to use your healer's kit, and Amari wakes up and immediately screams, but their scream is the hoarse scream of somebody who has been screaming for days and has no voice left.
Okay, so Zari, as soon as I don't think Zari even lets them hit the floor immediately. They are in Zari's arms.
Right.
And they're stroking their face, and be like, "It's okay, we're here. It's me, it's Zari. Everything's gonna be okay.
Just
Please, just stay with me."
racking sobs. They are thoroughly and completely broken. And with that, I think we'll pick up there next in 2 weeks, as you guys have managed to save Captain Amari, who that was not a given thing. So We'll come back in 2 weeks to deal with this situation. I hope to see you all then. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It has been great having you here. Bye.